Yeah, come in.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi, this is Praveen.
Welcome to NABAD.
Thank you so much. That's nice.
Have a seat.
Thank you.
So, you're applying for software engineer, right?
Yes.
So, can you tell me a few words about yourself?
So I have worked in this field. So I'm Prabhleen Kaur. I'm doing my master's in computer science from California State University East Bay, and I have done my undergrad back in India. So the field which I have selected is computer science, and the jobs description which one we can go with are the software engineering. I have worked as a web developer back in India for 1 year for a company named Infotech, and I have designed the projects. So I have just gathered some experience and I have interest in this field, so that is why I'm pursuing my education, master's in this. So that is
Okay. So, do you know what fields are we into? Have you done any research on the company or something like that?
Yeah, actually I've done that. So it's like you're working on the Node.js and you need a developer for the front-end coding. So I've done a little bit of research and I'm pretty much interested in your applications because I've read about your services, and this company is actually gaining experience and going forward.
Okay. How do you justify yourself that you're qualified for this job?
You guys need a person which has an experience in JavaScript, and I have started the JavaScript coding back in India, so I have worked in that. But I was working in AngularJS and I'm moving forward towards the Node.js. And as I'm doing my master's, I'm undergoing my course online on Node.js. So I think my experience on JavaScript and then further technologies will be helpful for both of us.
Okay. So the thing is like, there are a lot more candidates having the same type of experience, same type of coding knowledge and everything. What do you think makes you unique to stand out of these candidates?
I think I'm good in troubleshooting because I've seen that. I have even got compliments on that. I'm good in troubleshooting. So it's like, I won't say I'm better than those candidates or they are not as good as me. But yeah, if you'll give me a task, I'm good enough to troubleshoot and do it by myself.
Okay. So, can you tell me about some special projects or something that you've done before?
Yeah. So it's like one of the project which actually gained a lot of appreciation by others was that social network app. It was similar to the Facebook one. We actually designed a social network app. It was pretty much similar to Facebook, but the difference in that was for groups. So we had a group of communities, different categories, sports and all of these things, and the people joined them. They actually send a request to join that group, and the people come together and join the group. They have an interaction. If they have any event, they can talk to them. If they have any queries, they can talk to them. For example, for instance, if they have a group of technologies, if I'm a JavaScript person, I'll join the group. If I have a query, like I have an error or something, I'll just post it on them, and the people who is eligible to do that, they can actually.
So is it like a discussion group that people go?
Not only discussion, actually, you can have friends, you can have jobs on that if you have the postings or all. So it's pretty much a combination of all of those. I would like to add another project which I worked on, that was a blood bank portal, because in India there are pretty less of blood bank portals. So I worked on that. So it was basically a portal on which if you need an instant help, if you need someone donor to get blood for any of the patient, you can actually update that portal and you'll get it instantly, because people who are willing to donate the blood, they come in and they post there that we are willing to donate blood and you can actually contact us over here.
Oh, that's nice. So if you're hired with us, so where do you see yourself in next 5 years?
I want to be a senior software engineer because it's like, this is my field. I love coding. I mean, like, if I love coding, I would like to go forward in this field only. So I've seen your company and I've seen that you guys do have that positions and all, and I'm really, I'm very much happy about that. So I'll probably see myself as a senior software engineer in this.
Nice. So will you be willing to relocate in future terms?
Yeah.
If posted in US somewhere else?
Yes, I'm completely willing to relocate in future.
So have you graduated or you're still?
I'll be graduating next quarter. So it's like when whole of the process will be going on, I'll be graduated to work. So I can start working as a full-time employee.
That's nice. Have you done any internship or something in US?
Not in US, because my main focus was to complete the education first. But yeah, I have done internship back in India.
That was nice interviewing you. Do you have any questions for me?
Yeah, actually, I do have a question for you. So it's like, when I start the job, I'll be working in one field. Is
Mhm.
it easy to switch the fields? Like, if I want to work in JavaScript, I'm working in JavaScript, and I want to switch it to some testing or that. So.
In our company, we basically have an open network type of resourcing. So if you want to learn something, if you want to go ahead and do something innovative, yes, you can.
Okay.
And if you want to work in that field, yes, you can. You can develop new things. It's an open company, and you just have to develop a company. That's it.
Okay, and the opening is for Bay Area only right now, or you're planning to
Uh,
relocate?
the opening is for Bay Area right now, so we might relocate you to some other places based on project needs and stuff.
Okay, I'm perfectly fine with that.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. It was
Yeah.
nice meeting you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, come in.
Hi,
Hi.
I'm Praveen.
Hi, this is Prabhleen.
This is my resume.
Thank you so much. Please have a seat. So, hi, Praveen.
Hello.
Okay, so tell me something about yourself. How you qualify for this job?
Yeah. I'm basically a mechanical engineer. My bachelor's is in mechanical engineering, and I have a dual bachelor's degree and in weapons engineering. So my master's is in engineering management, and I've kind of worked on aircraft engines and missile sectors. So I have more of experience on engines, jet engines, propulsion engines, fan engines, and all those stuffs. So
Okay, that sounds great. Okay, so you have read our job description, right? So can you tell something about rocks? Do you
Rocks.
know that?
Okay, rocks. Every product has an aftermarket, right? So if it's an iPhone, it's gonna have an aftermarket. If your phone is broken, and so same way for an aircraft engine, it needs an aftermarket. So rocks is basically repair and overall customer service. So whenever an aircraft engine carrier or a flight carrier or a flight operator calls in, so we are going to bring his engine in, give him a spare engine so that the flight services is not disrupted, and we do the repair and overall services for the engines. So that's what basically Rocks does.
So you have worked in this? You have knowledge of this?
I've worked in something similar to Rocks, but not in Rocks.
Okay.
So I worked with the DRDO for a missile project called BrahMos.
Okay.
So yeah.
Yeah, I could see that from your resume. It sounds good. So tell me something about your project DRDU.
So the project in DRDO was basically to increase the speed of a version 1 missile called BrahMos. They were upgrading to version 2. So the version 1 speed was about 4 Mach, and they upgraded to 8.2 Mach, which is previously the world's fastest cruise missile, and still gonna be the fastest cruise missile, only like 2 times faster than that. So I was working on the onboard computers and the propulsion system on the missiles. So that's what I'm experiencing.
That sounds good. And are you studying still?
Yes, I'm doing my master's in engineering management at Cal State East Bay at Hayward.
Okay.
So I'll be graduating around spring 2018.
Okay,
Mhm.
that's good. And tell me one of a scenario where you can show your leadership skills.
I was in the army for like a year. So I was a captain, so I led a troop, so which was a team of 18 members. So it was an expedite troop for search and rescue operations, seek and find, and all the stuff. So yeah, I do have the
You
leadership.
worked in
skills.
army in
Mhm,
India.
yes.
That sounds very great. Okay, so where do you see yourself after 10 years? I mean,
And Pratt & Whitney? Yeah. So after 10 years, Pratt & Whitney is basically a company which keeps on growing up. So in recent days, as in statistics, I saw that it has beat the ranking in Rolls-Royce engine, aircraft engine. So in next 10 years, the company is going to get into heights. So same way, I'm also going to get into heights and looking myself in some administrative position in future days.
Oh,
So
okay.
my master's is in engineering management, so I would be in the management side in the future days.
Okay, so for instance, if we hire you and we want you to work from March, will you be able to work with us?
Yes, I will be able to work. My graduation is in June, but still I can do an optional practical training. So that actually empowers me to work with your company and still study. So yeah, I could work.
Okay, and then from spring quarter you can work as a full-time
Yes.
employee. That's great. Okay, your resume seems very interesting.
Thank you.
Yeah. Do you have any questions for me right now?
Yes. So if I'm to hired in your company, so what would be my starting date and what would be my career growth path in your company?
Well, if you'll be hired in this company, the starting date will be after all of the processes being completed, because we don't want to take a risk. We'll just go through the paperwork,
Mm-hmm.
and then the growth will be as the part of the company. You'll start with the projects and then go forward with many other projects,
Mm-hmm.
and then we'll see how you work. How do you actually give your input to the company, and then that way you'll see the output from the company. Yeah, and okay, so any other question?
That's it.
Okay, thank you so much. It was nice interviewing
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. I have a great day.
You
We'll
too.
surely inform you about this.
Yeah, sure. Thank you.
Bye.